Hi there, I'm Stephanie Check, certified personal trainer and foam rolling enthusiast. Today I'm going to do a total body foam roll from head to toe with some really awesome stretching to set your body right. Foam rolling is important because it helps release the adhesions that form in our fascia, the fascia system that runs the whole body. If we don't break up those adhesions over time, we increase our risk of injury, we reduce our elasticity, our flexibility, and just in general, it kind of makes the body not feel great. So foam rolling is a really wonderful way to start your day before any activity. So without further ado, we will get on the foam roller. So I like to start on my bum and then roll forward until my middle of my back is on the roller. Then I support my head with my hands and I roll the full length of my mid back to my upper shoulders. When we do this first little part of the roll, we usually feel some kind of like little pops and snaps. Those are the air pockets being released between the fascia and the muscles. So that feels really good. We will keep rolling the same pattern for a little bit, and then we'll start on the neck and work our way down. There's different densities to the rollers, and also whatever roller you have, you can make it more impactful by putting it against a flat, hard surface like a tile or wood floor instead of being on carpet or a mat. In my description on the YouTube site here, I'll put some different rollers that work depending on what your needs are. All right, let's go ahead and rest the neck, the C-spine, onto the roller. I call these field goal arms. They just sort of rest around the roller, and your butt should now be on the ground as well. We're gonna look left and right. We'll add in a chin tuck pattern, a little zigzag action, whatever pattern feels good for you. We're getting a little bit of release in the occipital area, base of the skull. Our butts are on the ground so that we don't have too much pressure going into the neck and the base of the skull area. If you find a little sticking spot, you can certainly stay, get a little tension release. Sometimes if I have a headache, I'll just put the roller behind my neck like this, and it really helps. Let's pick up the butt, resume the hand position behind the neck, and we're going to let the roller rest directly across the scapulae now. Those are the big bones that stick out in your upper back. So once the roller is positioned there, you can rest your butt again, and we'll start side to side drags. So I'm just dragging one elbow to the same side, and make a semicircle, go to the other side. Again, might be getting some snaps, cracks, and pops. That's a good thing. If you keep your elbows open nice and wide, you feel a little bit of stretching in the pecs. We're going to do a lot more of that coming up shortly. And then just relax over the roller, extend your neck and head to the back. Take some deep breaths while you're here. You can add in some Z-legs to get a little bit of stretch through the low back. So the right knee, the right inside of the knee aims to go toward the ground, and the outside of the left knee toward the ground. Pause and hold in that stretch position. And then rotate the knees, other side. more time each side, back to the first one. And last one. So now we'll roll just a little bit further here. We're going to be right under the scapulae now. Again, still supporting the head, but should still be on the ground. So the roller is just a little bit more toward the middle of your back, right below the scapulae. And we start the drags again. Side to side, semicircle. Extending over the roller, let your head and neck fall to the back. It's deeper here because of the position of the roller, so take some deep breaths. Go slow. And you can make butterfly legs. Give you a little bit of stretch here as well. Keep your deep breaths going. And carefully lifting out of this, we're going to shift all of our weight over to the left side now. Once you're in position, the roller should be pretty much right behind your armpit. You'll lift your butt and start to roll from right behind the armpit shoulder area all the way down toward the bottom of the rib cage. This primarily works out any issues happening in the lats, which are the very large top layer muscle group in the back. And some days are worse than others, and sometimes the left is worse than the right, and sometimes vice versa. It just depends on what you've had going on for the week. When I mentioned the adhesions earlier in the fascia system, adhesions form from really two main things, either repetitive motions or lack thereof motion. So too much activity or not enough activity. Both are going to form adhesions in the fascia system. Oh, there's a spot. And I'm making my way out of the camera frame here, so I'm going to reposition a bit. Give myself a little wiggle room there. Oh, we'll do just a few more on this side, and then we'll switch to the right. All right, let's rotate over to the right side. Same thing, from right behind the armpit all the way down toward the bottom of the rib cage. Your weight should be shifted to the right side here so that we're working through the main muscle group. One or two more rolls, and then we're going to reposition into what I call hot dog lying on the roller. We'll get some really good chest stretches, pec minor, pec major, and then it's also an opportunity for releasing tension in some of the main back muscles like the traps and the rhomboids. So, all right, so next we're gonna position ourselves onto the roller. Let me get my water a little closer. I'm gonna try. So we'll be sitting on the edge of the roller here, hot dog way. And then you're gonna lie back until your head and neck are also on the roller. Once you're in this position, just take a minute to make contact and establish contact with the low back and the roller. It's a bit of a pelvic tilting motion to engage that sort of hollowed ab experience so that the whole spine is making contact with the foam roller. All right, so from here, what we're gonna do is start with 90-90 arms. So you're gonna put both your elbows at your sides, out to the side of the chest as much as you can. If they don't make contact with the ground, you could try putting yoga blocks there, or just do it as close, get your elbows as close to the ground as you can. Fingertips should be pointing toward the sky. As you take your inhale, you're gonna lower the backs of the hand toward the ground. And then on your exhale, you're gonna push the open side of the palm toward the ground. Inhale, back of the hand toward the ground. Exhale, open side of the palm toward the ground. Checking in on your low back, making sure it's making contact with the roller. Keep going at your pace. Let's do one more. And we'll switch over to snow angels. Palms up, down at the side of the roller, toward your heels. Keep the palms up the whole time. Your inhale as you go overhead. Hold at the top. Exhale as you release. Couple more. And last one. Next, we'll raise our arms up overhead in a Y shape. So your arms make the sort of V part of the Y, and then your body is the stem. Try to push as much of your arm toward the ground as you can, and then we're just holding. Arms out to your sides like the letter T. And for this, we're going to move between back of the hand, making contact with the ground, pushing the arm toward the ground, holding every 5 or 10 seconds or so, and then rotating and putting the palms toward the ground and holding, pushing as much of the arm to the ground as you can every 5 or 10 seconds. Switch between front of the hand and back of the hand. Checking in on your low back. Is it still making contact with the roller? One more time. Bringing your elbows in toward the roller, bent, fingertips toward the sky. You're going to extend your left elbow and reach your fingers toward the ceiling. And dig your right elbow in toward the ground. Make sure your back is making contact the whole length of the spine. So here's our big exhale. And then when we go to transfer, we will inhale. And reach, exhale. Inhale, transfer. Exhale, reach. Inhale, transfer. Exhale, reach. Inhale, transfer. Exhale, reach. Last time, inhale, transfer. Exhale, reach. And next we're going to put the right arm overhead, stretch through those fingertips, reach toward the ceiling. The fingers should be making contact with the ground, and then take your left hand and reach the fingertips toward your heel, sort of like you're pulling fingers in opposite directions. So we're holding here on the exhale. Inhale, transfer. Exhale, reach. Inhale, transfer. Exhale, reach. Inhale, transfer. Exhale, reach. Inhale, transfer. Exhale, reach. And last time, inhale, transfer. Exhale, reach. And then just take both your arms and cross them over your body. Give yourself a big bear hug. Flatten that low back into the roller. Change which arm was on top. Big bear hug. And slowly releasing that. Probably the most least cumbersome way to get off of the roller is to just sort of slide your body over to the side carefully and then sit up from there. So that was our hot dog portion of the foam roll class. Now we'll do hamburger, where we have the roller sideways underneath our low back and upper glute area. So it's important you land the roller in the right position. We don't want it to be across the tailbone. We want it to be at the very top of the glutes and at the very bottom of the low back. It should sort of nestle there. You'll know if it's in the right spot when we do some of these stretches. If it's sliding, you probably don't have it far enough up. So once you lie down, you bridge your hips high, pull the roller until it's making contact with both the low back and the upper glutes, but not touching the tailbone. When you get here, just take a few deep breaths. A little bit of spinal decompression. I love this feeling. Sometimes if I've been in the kitchen for a long time, my back hurts. If I come and just lie on the roller like this, it feels so much better immediately. All right, time to start some good stretches here on the roller. So we're gonna pull in the left knee and extend the right leg, holding on to the left knee with both hands, pulling it in toward your stomach. The right leg should be extended out toward the ground, but not touching the ground. Feel a really good stretch in the psoas here, inner thigh area too. Take some deep breaths. Switch your legs, hug the right, extend the left toward the ground, but not touching the ground. Carefully position both your hands around the edge of the roller so it doesn't go flying away from you here, and pull both knees in toward your chest. Take some deep breaths. Extend your legs straight, and then again pulling knees down toward your chest. Turning your legs into froggy legs. Bottoms of the feet go toward each other, knees go wide and open. And we'll start a little semicircle dragging pattern here. We will do a full circle, so start with just the half circle, side to side. And whatever direction you want to start with, a full circle. Switch direction. And one more time, pulling the knees in toward the chest. Now we're going to start with some alternating knee tucks. So take your left toes toward the ground when your right knee stays in toward the chest, and then alternate. Inhale on the transfer, and then exhale as you hold. Last time. Both legs, same time. They come in toward you on the inhale. Exhale, toes toward the ground. One more time. Large flutters, straight legs, left leg toward the ground, right leg pulls in toward the chest. Switch. switch. Last one. Feet and legs together. We're gonna go into wide open, hold the stretch when you're wide open. Circle the ankles. Always amazes me how many snaps, cracks, and pops I have in my ankles. Good way to get them out. Good, let's bring the legs back to center. Go ahead and put your left foot onto the ground and take your left hand, raise it up, put it onto the right knee. Your right hand is going to stay firm on the roller so it doesn't go sliding. Start to move into a spinal twist, keeping your right arm and shoulder on the ground and looking that direction. Guiding the right knee across the body with the left hand, and then holding once you get into that deep stretch position. With this elevation and the impact on the left glute, piriformis area, you get a little bit of extra pressure there, good release. Versus if you just did this on the ground. And I think with the elevation, it makes it a deeper stretch in the right side. All the way up into the oblique area too. And then we'll come back to center and switch out the legs. So now the right foot's on the ground, the left hand is on the roller, the right hand on the left knee. Start your spinal twist. Leave your left arm and shoulder on the ground and look that direction. And then when you get into position, just hold. And then coming back to center, we're going to finish our hamburger portion of the roll today with some wipers. So both legs are together, feet and knees are stacked, and then real slow, good control, take both knees to the left, and hold. And you can look opposite the legs here too if you want a little deeper stretch. And then take both legs to the right, head to the left, and hold. And switch. And switch. Center with your knees, drop your feet to the ground, bridge your hips up, and push your roller toward your heels. And we're going to sit up and start tackling the glutes and making our way down toward the bottom of the body. This is a head to toe roll. It's very complete. Some days you might not have time for all of it, but I hope you pick out the parts that are your favorite and make your body feel the best. All right, so we've popped our butts back up on the roller. We're going to shift our weight to our left glute. Put your left ankle onto your right knee, figure 4 position, and then start a pattern that feels good for you on the glute and the side of the hip area. So forward and back, little circles, whatever pattern is working for you. Good, and then we're gonna uncross the leg. Take your right leg over the top of your left. Turn your weight to the to the left side, and then you can get a little bit deeper into the side of the hip and into the glute if you just reposition. And then you can also get the front of the leg for the TFL area. We will do the abductors and the IT band in just a little bit here, but this gives us a little bit of leverage to get kind of deep. And then we'll switch over to the right glute. So all the weight on the right glute, the right ankle onto the left knee, and we start over with the same sort of concept, forward and backward pattern, a little circular pattern. We're working into the glute and side hip area. And sometimes you'll say, oh, I don't feel anything, and sometimes you'll say, oh my goodness, I feel everything. And sometimes the left side is worse, and sometimes the right side is worse. It just depends on what you were getting into for the week. And then we'll uncross the right leg, take your left leg over the top, shift your weight over, and same thing, we can get into the side of the hip and the glute, and then if you turn forward a bit, you'll get to the TFL, and just give that little bit of release that that area needs. Good, then we can land with our bums behind the roller and shake out your wrists. That's part of the classes where your wrist takes a good brunt of the work here, so take breaks if you need to and give them a little shake out. We're gonna push the roller all the way to the left side of the body. So one tail out to the left, the other end in the middle of the legs. Your right leg's gonna be your helper leg to help hold your weight up so that your wrists don't do all the work. So I've just got the roller behind my thigh on my left leg, and then I lift my butt up, and I can roll with 3 different patterns here. I can go inside, turn my leg inside to get to the adductors, I can roll straight on the hamstring, and then I can open my leg up to get to that IT band, outer thigh, abductor area. And you can keep going back and forth with equal time on all parts, or you could spend more time on one part if it needs it. We don't roll behind the kneecap and behind the knee, so we don't roll on the kneecap either. So stop shy of getting behind your knee. Don't put that pressure behind the knee. Good, a little shake out on the wrist, and then push the roller toward your lower half of your leg. For the lower half of the leg, we can roll from all the way, if you don't have shoes on, it's a little bit easier to get all the way down to the Achilles tendon, and then you can go right before you would get to behind the knee. And same thing, we have 3 directions we can roll here. We can open up the leg, we can roll straight on, and we can turn it in. Another little break for the wrists, and now we'll start working on the right leg. So we scooch the roller out to the right side of the body. The other end is between the legs again. Now your left leg is your helper leg to support your weight so your wrists don't do all the work. Ooh, this side's got pain. And then you can lift your butt. And we'll start with the same sort of pattern. So you've got your turn in, get the adductors. Oh, hello. How is one hamstring so sore and the other one not? What did I do? And wide open. Whatever pattern's working for you. If you're just staying in one area, that's fine. If you're rotating between all three. Oh. All right, awesome. We've got the lower half of the right leg to tackle. Take a break on your wrists if you need it. Shake them out. All right, here we go. This will finish the back side of our legs, then we'll hit the front side, and then we'll have some bonus stretches at the end using the roller. All right, for the front side of the leg, we'll start on our knees behind the roller, and then land any part of your thigh onto the roller. Come on down into low plank on your elbows, and then we're rolling the full length of the thigh all the way from the top to the bottom of the quad, right where it would attach to the knee. Don't go into the kneecap at all. The quads tend to be an area that have a lot of adhesions in them and can cause a little bit of angst when you go to do this. The more often you do it, the easier it gets, the less feels you'll have. Ooh, there's a spot. Sometimes people ask how often they should foam roll. There's no limit to it. You could foam roll multiple times a day if you have time for it, or if it necessitates it. Couple more rolls on the upper thighs, and then we'll do the shin area. All right, to tackle the shins, it's also a good stretch. We're gonna get into lizard position. So we'll take our right foot out in front of us, bend your right knee, it should be in line with the ankle, and then lift your left leg off the ground, land the roller anywhere on the shin. Both hands should be on the inside of the right foot, and then we can work on lizard stretch with the shin area foam roll. I still like to rotate here and get all sides. Don't really spend a bunch of time rolling straight on the shin bone. I kind of get to the side on both sides of the bone. Okay, to tackle the other side, you can just sort of drop your left knee, change it out with the right, left foot out in front, both hands on the inside of the left foot, and then just lift the right leg off the ground and you're up and running. I think this is probably one of the harder positions to use the foam roll for, but it's really a nice stretch when you get the hang of it. Feels good. And then carefully coming out of this, putting the roller in front of your body for a few bonus stretches. The roller sort of allows for deeper access into normal, typical yoga poses and stretches. So I like to start with child's pose. Roll the roller out in front of you, feet together, knees apart. Oh, I better get a side view of this. Feet together, knees apart. And then you can put a little bit more of your, instead of just your hands on the roller, you can put your forearm on the roller and roll forward into puppy pose. Butt goes up into the air, kind of diving forward here. Roller rolls up your arms and hold. It's a really good stretch through the lats too. Lats, chest, arms. Pull back into child's pose. A little rock side to side. Puppy pose. One more time, child's pose. We'll do this both one more time. And puppy pose. Then we'll use the roller to assist in the thread the needle stretch. So take your right arm under your body, head goes down onto the ground, into the mat, and you roll as far out as you can with the roller, with your fingertips still making contact, and hold, big stretch. Pull the roller in until your arm is bent at a 90-degree angle, and then push into the roller. Switching which way you're twisted here. So now we'll take the left arm under the body, thread the needle, head into the mat or ground. Right hand is what scooches the roller way out in front of you. And hold. Bend the right arm as you pull it in toward you until your arm's at about a 90-degree angle, and then push into it. And carefully coming out of this. And we'll use our roller to come up in whatever way you would normally stand up in, whatever way you feel confident in. And then with your roller out in front of you, you're going to scooch it, scooch it, scooch it as much as you can. Stretch through the back of the legs, drop your head. It's sort of like a modification to down dog. rotate hips side to side. Oh, there was a big pop. And carefully walking back with your roller. So now we'll do some overhead raises. Bring the roller I'm out of the shot. Up overhead, lean to the back. Pull your belly button into your spine. And then exhale, bring it down toward the ground. And we're gonna raise it up high in front of us while we're bent over toward the ground. Lower, raise, lower, one more. Good, slow unrounding of the spine, one more time up overhead. And then we're bending side to side, to the right, to the left, to the right, to the left. And full circles, here we go. All the way down in front of you, up and around behind you. Last one. Switch direction. And last one. Hopefully you've gotten all the snaps, cracks, pops, and adhesions out of your fascia system. I hope you enjoyed the total body foam roll. Check out all of our other YouTube videos and subscribe and like us. Thanks so much.